Welcome everybody to Issue Crew Movie Reviews. I am your host Riley, joined of course with my wonderful co-host Ida. How you doing today, Ida?
I'm doing good.
You
And I
having a
just
good
I
evening?
have I want you to look at the image for the issue crew.
Ida, you don't think I've noticed this already?
Where you
I
when
noticed
did
this the
you
day you put it here. Me and Demi just found it so funny that we decided to leave it alone for a while.
really? I thought nobody noticed.
No, I noticed day one. And for those who can't see it, for our listeners here, Ida thought she was real funny, so she took the Issue Crew logo and she took out the Issue Crew Discord logo that had the TIC. And she replaced it with IDA. She replaced it with her name.
I thought I was being so clever.
Nope. Caught you immediately.
God damn it. So
That was your big bit. Did I ruined it?
you ruined it.
Damn it.
But anyway, Dot's boot review.
Fuck you, Ida. I fucking hate you. Ida is a bitch ass motherfucker. What has she done to me? I'm a broken man, folks. Why is Ida speaking in British accent? What is she doing?
I'm back. I'm back, sorry.
She's back, she's back. Okay. Ida, why am I here?
What do you mean why are
What if
you
why are we here? But more specifically, why am I here?
I'm going to assume you don't like this movie.
It's not that. Listen. I'm about to make the most like mouth breathing fucking troglodyte caveman argument, okay?
Okay.
As to why I got zero enjoyment out of this film. So, I have ADHD. It's real. It's diagnosed. I have a very hard time paying attention to one thing for a very long period. However, I have developed a significantly enhanced ability to multitask in that regard. But there's one requirement.
What?
There's one requirement of the media I had to consume in order for this multitasking to be possible while still consuming the content. You want to
What?
guess what it is, Ida?
You don't have to be bored.
It has to be in fucking English.
Okay.
God damn it.
You're
I
just
can't.
mad.
This was God's greatest challenge, Ida. This took me like a fucking month.
You're just mad because you had to pay attention.
But I do pay attention though. Have you heard me fucking talk about the shit I watch, like 5 minutes of the shit I watch for 2 hours at a time? I was checking my phone while I was watching that shit. I've become very good at keeping enough attention whilst multitasking. But when the film's not in English, I have to do nothing but stare at the screen for the entire runtime. Which maybe we watched like some anime movie that was like an hour and a half. I might have been able to stomach it. Ida, how long was this fucking movie?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I procrastinated on this for like literally weeks. I tried to condense it all into a single like evening, which was a bad idea. And then on
Listen,
that eve,
I
and then on
thought
that,
you'd be able.
go ahead, Ida. Sorry.
I thought you would be able to find the short version.
No, because the short version doesn't fucking exist. It's not real. I can't find it.
Well,
Apparently, it does exist. It's documented, but I was unable to locate it. So I had to watch the 3.5 hour director's cut. And I procrastinated. I tried to do it all in one evening. And then that evening, shit came up, and I had to help my mom for an hour and a half, so we had to cancel the show. Then, like, some other shit happened, and we had to cancel the show. And this week, I finally started watching it. It was an absolute fucking struggle to get
the
through.
movie was so inter.
It was literally, this movie was the definition of fucking mid. It's like, oh, it's a war movie. They're in a fucking boat. They're all They're all in the boat, and that's the movie. They're in
The
the
best
boat.
way
It's claustrophobic.
the
It's
best way
this. Go ahead.
the best way to describe this movie is kind of like a bottle movie, except the bottle moves.
It's a moving bottle. The bottle is rolling on the table, and I'm forced to stare at it roll for 3.5 hours.
I will admit, this movie does not have a justification for being 3 hours long.
No, you could have told the story in fucking 2 hours.
I'm going to assume you would have enjoyed it a lot more if it was just 2 hours.
If it was only 2 hours long, I'd probably love it. I don't know. Because the thing I watched was 3.5 hours long, and it was 75% fucking boring. And not in fucking English.
Why are you so upset?
I need to be able to hear. I have to engage with a film. This is the same reason I watch dubbed anime. I can finally put it into words. When I watch visual media, I have to be able to immerse myself both visually and audibly. Or it's
You
over.
know, you're gonna be real mad at me for this next one.
Ida?
So I was able to actually check my phone during the movie and look at stuff because I know German.
Yeah, wow. It's almost like this movie was probably a lot easier to consume for you than it was for me. Wow. How about that? How about that, Ida?
You should have just learned German, Riley.
Yeah, that would have been honestly all the time I spent procrastinating on Das Boot. If I spent that time studying basic German, maybe I would have been able to multitask when I watched the movie.
So do you want to actually talk about the movie?
Ida, listen, all right. This movie has wasted enough of my time. I'm
Why?
not gonna sit here for an hour and a half while you talk about this fucking film. Starting now, you have 40 total. The podcast ends. This is going to be a 48-minute or 49-minute long podcast. You have 40 minutes starting now. Go.
Wait, hold on. Why do I have 40 minutes?
That is the time length that I have chosen. I have decided that is the maximum amount of time I will allocate to fucking Das Boot any
Oh, come
longer.
on. Come on. We should talk about the movie. Come on.
Yeah, we should make this podcast equivalent in length to the fucking film.
Yeah, that would be great.
No,
Twice
because
as long.
I'm gonna fall asleep before that happens. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not working at 100% right now. The the only way I could sit through the last fucking 2 hours of this movie in one sitting was to have my brain cells numb, if you will.
All right, so let's talk about the opening first few scenes. The opening first few scenes is of everybody, including the captain, going to a party, right? Do you remember that? Do you
I
remember?
do.
And then some guy just gets out a gun and starts randomly shooting things.
I vaguely remember that. I don't quite remember the consequences of that action.
There was no consequences of that action.
Damn.
You sound real excited for this.
I told you I'm high, okay? I put it in very vague terms, but now I'm out and saying it.
Um,
I had to make it through the movie somehow. And now I'm here to make jokes about Nazis for 35 more minutes and then go on with my evening.
Captain Thompson was his name, right?
Probably. You think I remember a single fucking name from this film? I
Yes,
know
I
who the
do.
captain is and I know who the chief is because they have titles. So I'm like, oh
What
yeah,
about
that's the captain and that's the chief.
what
And
about that
and the lieutenant.
the ginger beard guy?
Yes, and it took me the entire. I don't know if I got confused or if I got two characters mixed up. I thought this dude was like just a fucking photographer for like the entire run of the film until one time I caught the captain calling him lieutenant and I was like, he's the fucking lieutenant? I thought he was the camera guy. He's just been all he's done in this movie is take pictures and cower as they're attacked. I thought he was a fucking cameraman and that was his only purpose.
I mean, that's probably, let's be honest, if we were ever sent to war, that would probably just be us.
We'd be the camera people, the PR guys.
So, what I want to talk about is when they're departing, the captain looks really sad.
Probably because he knows there's a pretty good chance all these kids are gonna fucking die.
Yeah, because it said that, like, at the beginning of the movie, there was this black screen that popped up and it said, about half of the German. This is a World War II movie, by the way. We're watching the Nazis, in case we haven't
Yep.
mentioned that. But there's a little statistic that pops up and says,
It says despite being 13% of the population.
Nazis make up. But no, about 50% of the German Navy submarine people died during the Second World.
Shit.
The captain seems to know there's a pretty good chance that they won't be returning from this journey.
Yeah.
And
Pretty rough.
there-
They're gonna
there's
die.
there's this particular line that I want to mention. Baby faces who still suck mama's breast.
Yep. Great phrasing. I'm a fan.
You're a fan of mama's breast?
Nope. It's not what I said. Fuck you. I hate you. I hate every fiber of your being. I hate your smile.
I'm gonna regret. Do you hate that I'm much hotter than you?
Do hate that. And I also hate your shitty, dumb personality.
How fucking high are you?
High enough to watch 2 hours of Das Boot in one sitting.
Alright, Riley. I thought one of the rules was that no showing up.
No, we said drunk specifically.
We add another rule that says no showing.
Nope, nope.
Why?
Because even if I could say, even if I could as an adult follow it, I know fucking Andrew won't follow it. So fuck you. If Andrew gets to do it, I get to do it. Because Andrew's just not gonna listen to us.
Moving on.
Also, Andrew's never gotten high in his life. Satire. Ironic. Well, I mean, this is just conjecture. I could be making it up, so this has no legal actionability.
So, do you want to talk about how claustrophobic this?
Yeah, they're in a boat, and the boat is small, and there are a lot of people, so it's claustrophobic.
The way that this is filmed is basically like there's a camera constantly in everybody's face while they're doing things, and it feels like you're in a confined space with them. It feels.
I felt like I was watching a film in German, struggling to follow what was going on.
All right, Riley, I'm gonna have to kick you.
No, fuck you. This is a fucking podcast. It's not a let Ida tell you about the entire film. We do that, but it's also a podcast. The fact that I'm making jokes, I'm making japes, that's a good thing. Because we're on a fucking comedy podcast about movies.
Right, and the claustrophobic feel of this movie, I think, is done really well. I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever watched it. Have you ever watched The Cube, Riley?
No.
That it's on the same level as The Cube, basically.
How long is the cube and what language is it in?
Why?
I asked you a question.
I don't know.
Well, what language is it in? You know that.
English.
Okay. Maybe next time you're trying to pick a movie that's claustrophobic, you want to talk about what a claustrophobic movie is, pick The Cube, because it's in English.
All right.
The Cube, watch it anytime.
All right. Can we talk about how
Bring it on. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can we talk about how one of the crewmates is like engaged, right?
Yeah, he's like engaged to like a French bitch.
And she looks like fucking 12 years old.
He also kind of looks 12 years old though, so
That's fair.
he's not, but at least he looks that way. I assume they weren't sending 12-year-olds to war.
And I think in this movie, you often get insights that the captain has a lot of personal opinions about the war that he really doesn't share. But one of the things he says is, oh, the people back home are calling Churchill a paralyzed drunk. And, he really doesn't, he's really giving us a lot of heat for someone who's supposed to be a paralyzed drunk. And I think the captain really isn't Nazi friendly, I guess you could.
Well, I mean, he is a Nazi, and he's friendly with his fellow Nazis on the boat.
He doesn't really, I guess, enjoy Hitler.
No, he's not a average Hitler enjoyer.
Oh, by the way, I want to talk about something. I really liked the submarine scene where the fat guy showed up.
Oh yeah, the fat guy.
Yeah,
There was a
and then
fat guy. I remember that.
purple Hitler started flying.
Purple Hitler? Yeah, I remember that.
That was my favorite.
Man, we haven't made the purple joke in a while. We were on a good streak.
Um,
Probably just because we haven't done episodes in a while, actually. That might be why I feel like it's been a while.
so these people kept looking for some action. They're looking for a convoy, but they keep not getting anything until one eventually shows up. They go to meet the convoy, and it turns out to not be a convoy. Do you remember that?
They go to meet the convoy, and then I guess they never registered that it wasn't a convoy. It was just like, well,
It
what the
was a
fuck is a convoy?
convoy is a transport ship. A destroyer is a warship. They
Okay, so
found a
they thought it was a
destroyer.
convoy, but they found a destroyer.
Yeah, and
Uh, yeah, destroyer.
basically what the destroyer
Yeah,
tries to blow them up. Uh, it fails, and the destroyer gets away. That's basically all that happened with that, right?
yeah.
I really liked how impactful the explosions were when they were fighting. When they released those depth charge thingies.
That was pretty cool. I will give this film credit where credit is due, and I never said it was a bad film. The explosions do feel very impactful. I agree with you. That was a very good touch.
Um.
What are
Oh
you
shit!
laughing about?
I'm not laughing about anything.
How dare you fucking laugh at me, you bitch.
Oh yeah, you want to start saying sexist things at me live on stream?
What? Saying bitch? I call everybody bitch. I'm like Jesse Pinkman.
You did it because I'm a woman. Be honest.
I call fucking Jason a bitch all the time.
I'm canceling you.
Jason is a bitch part 5. Rap whatever the fuck Debbie does.
I'm canceling you.
Damn it. I've been had.
I really like that. Oh, do you remember that fucking scene where that guy is dancing?
Yeah. He's a fucking gay.
I don't understand what was that like a normal thing back then?
I guess they were just so delirious that they wanted anything resembling a woman. So this guy just fucking dressed up as a woman and started dancing. Everybody jerked off to it. It was great.
Wait, nobody was what?
Did we watch different cuts?
Mm,
Yeah. I watched the jerk off cut of Das Boot.
what, naziporn.com?
They said it's coming time.
It's yeah, das ist coming time.
Oh my god.
Das du gern my Deutsch accent?
Gross.
Jawohl.
Shut the fuck up.
That's great because gross means great in German.
Gross.
Yeah. But uh, also remember that time they make fun of the guy with crabs?
Yeah, they find his crabs. They're looking at dicks. These guys are gay. They're hitting up
No.
dicks with magnifying glasses.
What is crabs? I know it's like an STD, right?
I don't know what it is. You think I fucking know? I just know it's a fucking STD.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know about.
You die.
Ja, das Boot. Ja.
Great film.
But
I'm still keeping track of your timer, by the way. You got 25 minutes.
oh, fuck off.
You think
Really?
you think I'm not serious, and then when 24 minutes passes and I'm doing the outro, you're gonna realize.
Riley, you're the
What's
fattest
up?
guy I know,
God damn it.
but you're too skinny to realize.
What?
This boat can barely take it. He said the line. He said the line. Das Boot can't barely talk.
Boat can
That,
barely take it.
yeah.
Is that a famous line?
No, I don't think so.
This
But
movie was fucking boring.
remember the overboard scene? I thought that was cool as fuck.
When they blow up the ship and they figured the guys who were gonna get rescued and then they didn't. Are you talking about a different thing?
Wait. What did you say?
When they blow up the ship and there are still people in the ship, but they thought it was they were gonna get rescued, but then they didn't. And
Yeah,
they all
I
jumped
watched
overboard and
this
they were on
movie
fire.
I watched this movie as a kid, and that's one of the only things that I remember.
I've never watched this film, and I never will again for any reason, any
You're gonna make
purpose.
me watch something I hate at the end of this episode, aren't you?
We'll see.
Uh oh. And then they have another counter with a destroyer, which they go deeper than
God damn it, I should have found something that was gonna torture you really bad. I should have found an astrology movie next time.
well, that's kind of the thing that I'm doing next time I go.
To me?
Kind of.
Why? Why is
Well,
this a relationship of pain and hate? I just
well,
wanna.
hold on. It's a show that makes fun of astrology.
Oh, okay. A show?
Yeah, you know what we're doing.
Oh, does Xavier Renegade Angel make fun of astrology?
It makes fun of new wave in general. But anyway, get back to this movie since I'm on a fucking timer apparently.
Yep.
They go deeper than they're supposed to. The boat Das Boot, I mean, I'm sorry. Starts breaking apart. Remember
You keep asking, like,
I don't know how to get you to talk about the movie.
yeah, you have to cue me somehow. That's true. I do remember that the fucking boat was like coming apart. It was crazy.
Yeah, you refuse to talk about this movie, but
I don't know what to fucking say. What was this film?
what do you mean you don't know what to fucking say? This
It
was
was a fucking film about Nazis. It was they were claustrophobic. It was crazy. Some shit exploded. And they all fucking died at the end anyway. Fuck this movie.
we'll get to that. Let's see. And the victory, they win against the destroyer they're fighting, and the victory is not really celebrated. They
Yeah, because they
seem,
watched a bunch of people die.
yeah, everybody seems really fucking sad that that happened.
Well, I guess it's like standard protocol. From what I gathered, I guess it's like standard protocol with convoy ships like that to have like rescuers ready. And usually these Nazis are accustomed to they blow up a convoy, some people die, but most of them get rescued. But with this particular convoy, they just said fuck you and didn't rescue them, I guess. So, unlike usual, the Nazis had to watch them all burn and jump into the water and die and drown.
Well, they were British people, so you know.
Fuck the British.
But I remember during this encounter, Jonathan basically. Do you remember Jonathan? He's the guy who just fucking stopped working during the middle of the destroyer attack.
I thought his name was Johan.
Yeah, Johan. Just stick
Yeah.
close enough. And when he goes to talk to the captain about his failure during the mission, his face looks like unbelievably pale.
Yeah.
Good commentary, Riley. But
He's freaked the fuck out.
yeah, something I also remember as a kid was them stopping in Spain because they stop in Spain for repairs and to get a new mission. What happens?
Yes.
They meet a bunch of. How much time do I have left?
You have 20 minutes.
Thought I had
Wait, yes, 20 minutes.
what? I thought I had 20 minutes like 10 minutes ago.
You had 25 minutes 5 minutes ago.
What? What? That's
You have 19 minutes now. Don't dwell on it.
what are you talking?
At 8:09, I declared that you had 40 minutes. So at 8
8:09.
so at 8:49, your time will have elapsed. You have 19 minutes remaining.
I hate you so much.
What is there to fucking talk about? You're just describing the movie and saying, "Remember that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do remember
What
that,
else?
Ida.
What
I
about
just suffered through it."
what else am I supposed to say? You are
Do,
not.
do you have any discussions you want to have about something within the film? You had like one of them
Yes,
before.
I want to talk about how fucking tense this movie is.
Yeah, there were some pretty tense scenes. I got hooked a couple times. Maybe for about an hour out of the 3.5 hours, I was hooked.
All right, let's talk about the tense scenes. All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the first time, the second time they have the encounter with the destroyer, and they go deeper than they're supposed to.
Yeah, that's really tense watching the meter drop and them struggling to get it to go back up, but then it sinks and it's like dejection. And it's all a very tense scene that ends with a very like tough climax.
I'm not talking about the end of the movie. I'm talking about before that.
No, I'm not talking about the end of the movie either.
All right,
I'm talking
good.
about when the boat sinks.
That was the end of the movie.
The end of the movie is when they all get fucking bombed.
That was like 5 minutes.
What are you describing the last fucking hour as the end of the movie? Where does
Oh.
the ending begin?
All your incessant whining is making it sad.
This movie was so lame. I'm so
You're
under.
lame.
This is the shit is in the fucking Criterion collection? Fuck that shit.
You are lame.
I'm gonna go get a fucking clitoris collection while you film jerk offs. Watch this shit.
Wait. I have to point out here that one of us is a virgin. I'm not gonna say which one it is. I'm gonna let the audience guess for themselves.
Listen, not for long, okay?
Yeah, I know.
I have plenty of fucking prospects, you fuck.
Your sister doesn't count, Riley.
Ew. That's not even funny. That's gross.
I don't know. I don't have a sister, so.
Stop
Alright, bro.
lollygagging. You have 16 minutes.
Fuck up. This is like the Saul timer.
Yes, exactly like it.
But anyway, back to the movie. Let's talk about the tense scene where they're going down. Like, do you want to talk about, like, you see everybody doing, like, a million different things at once.
Yeah,
And
I just said yeah.
you see everybody doing a million different things at once, and it's very hard to track what the fuck is even going on. Which adds to this because he has to coordinate all of these people into into doing what they need to be doing. Like one guy is repairing the batteries. Another guy is fixing the pipes and like putting them together with wood.
Yeah, there's a lot of different roles. There's a reason why there's so many people on the damn ship.
Even the guy from before who couldn't get himself together, um, he's doing his part. And another thing is, there's this guy who got bombed earlier. It's kind of hard to explain, and the medics have to take care of him.
Get shot.
Yeah. So there's like a million different fucking things going on at once. And it just I think it perfectly encapsulates what it well, I'm not going to say it's like, I was actually there. I'm just going to say I think really it really puts you in their place, I guess you could say, just how fucking frantic everything is. Say
Yeah.
something.
If you give me a second, bitch, die. It was interesting. It was tense. Okay, what am I gonna fucking say? I didn't enjoy this film.
Wait! You didn't enjoy this film?
It's the most mid-ass film I've ever had to sit through,
You're the most mid-ass
and
film.
it's in fucking German. Ah!
Why do you hate Germans, right?
Last time you asked me this question, I said something that I'll never live down, so I'm just gonna,
Oh yeah,
just
Jason.
gonna.
Does Jason edit these videos?
No, Demi
Demi,
does.
take the picture from announcements and put it up at this moment, please.
She
Oh wait,
does not listen to the whole thing
god damn it!
when she
I'm
edits
gonna
it.
I'm gonna tell her to do that.
Okay.
What are we at?
Isn't this shitty movie in the fucking Criterion collection?
What's the Criterion collection?
It's some like video release thing, and they fucking release really good movies. And all the fucking film jerk offs talk about it like they're all the like best movies objectively. And if you're not in the Criterion collection, you fucking suck.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Good.
Pretty sure this movie's in the fucking Criterion collection, in which case it does not deserve it.
As it should be.
Fucking Wally, good movie. That's in the Criterion collection.
Back to the movie.
Fucking
Uh,
Beauty and the Beast, Criterion collection, good
Back to the
movie.
movie. A little bit before they sink. I want to talk about the merchants. They
Okay.
meet some merchants in Spain who help them repair their boat. And the captain really seems to hold a disdain for these merchants. The merchants are living a very cushy lifestyle even in this time of war, with no real
True. They're
with
pretty
no
fancy.
Hey Riley, I have to go do something for a few minutes. Entertain the audience.
No, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up because then this part gets cut out. I'm not gonna sit here and schizophrenically talk to the audience for 5 minutes. Just go.
No.
Okay, well then let's keep doing the podcast. After all, you only have 11 minutes left. You can last. That
You know
timer
what?
keeps going if you leave the room, by the way.
What?
That timer keeps going if you leave the room.
You're being a dick.
Listen.
I guess I'll just take this in the bathroom with me.
Actually, no. Okay, we can pause the timer. We can pause the timer.
Uh-huh.
Go now. I'll pay attention to how many minutes we had on.
All right. Hey Riley.
What's up?
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go.
Oh, that's the song. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
You want to talk about that song? Well, why don't you do the explaining on the song?
Hold on. We've added 3 minutes. At 8:52, you have 11 minutes remaining.
All right.
That was a good song. I liked it. I kind of waved my head around a little bit when I was playing. I don't know. Is that like the Nazi national anthem? That's what I figured it was.
No, that's an English song.
I know
By
it's
the
I know it's in English. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, I was excited. This part was in English. That's true.
no, it's literally an English song, like coming from England.
Oh, okay. Why were the fucking Nazis singing?
Well, it's because that was just kind of a song they had on the ship, so that
Okay, that's fun. That's really fun. It's just like they find a song and they kind of like find like bonding in it, even though it's just like this random song, fucking English ass song.
well, it's actually a song about being in somewhere foreign to you. And of course, this is very.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Are
fine.
you dying?
Went down the wrong tube.
Oh shit.
All right, all right, all right. I'm fine. The song is very important to the themes relative to because the song is about being in somewhere foreign and wanting to go home, just like the boys on Das Boot.
That's true. They're all in that cramped boat and they just want to go home. And they don't know if they'll ever make it there. That's the beauty of the film. This movie was pretty good.
Uh, what?
But I mean, I've been saying the whole time this movie isn't bad. This movie is pretty good. I just like I
really
don't think it
hating.
was worth the time. Like it's like
See,
it didn't excite me. Like it was fine, but I didn't get a lot of entertainment out of it. I guess when we speak about it analytically, I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess this is kind of interesting the way they depict this. So like it gets it points, I guess. I'm probably gonna rate it higher than I planned to initially. But at the end of the day, it just like failed to entertain me because it was way too fucking long. It was drawn out. It was not even in English.
it's because Riley can't appreciate art.
I know that I feel like if anybody like discovers this, I'm gonna like my reputation's immediately ruined because I'm a fucking
Uh-oh.
mouth breathing. Oh God, can she not hear me?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, hopefully she figures that out on her own because I have no way to reach her.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Motherfucker.
What's wrong with your shit?
Wait, hold on. Try talking now.
Hello, hello.
Oh, shit, I can hear you now.
What's wrong with your shit, bro? What the fuck?
I don't even know what happened there.
Anyway, yeah, movie's pretty good. There's 7 minutes left to talk about it. Go.
So, another aspect of Das Boot I really like is kind of like you don't really often get to see the war from the Nazi side, right?
True. A lot of the famous depictions are, of course, on like the American side and like more of the Allied powers area.
Um, that's
I'm sure that's only true if you're like a filthy American and you don't watch foreign films all day like Ida does. You don't masturbate to foreign films
I
that are
don't
7
masturbate.
hours long.
Hold on. I don't masturbate to. I don't masturbate at all.
You
Excuse you.
intellectually masturbate to these fucking pieces of shit. It's a great movie. I loved it.
But this movie has like a lot of spirit that you don't have with other movies. It's very, I guess, accurate. It doesn't really ham up anything for historical history buffs, you know?
A lot of it felt very personal, and I like that touch. This movie is getting better as we talk about it. It was very hard to watch. So at the end of the day, it's probably going to go lower than some other things.
It's probably going to get a lower score from you than what it deserves, is what you're saying.
Maybe, but it's like, come on, tell your story more succinctly, please. The theatrical cut was probably great. If I had gone through the effort to dig that shit up and like watch it on my laptop, maybe I'd be singing in a different tune. But this movie was just so drawn out and so
Yeah.
even I'm sure even the theatrical cut still has some like significant swaths because this movie probably only has like an hour of good shit in it.
Okay, then hold on. I have an idea. Why don't we just watch the theatrical cut?
I'm not watching this film again. It's over. No more.
Okay, what about the 7-hour Confederate movie?
Ida, you can't do this to me. You can't do it to me again. Not
So,
again.
Das Boot. Now let's discuss the very ending of the film because this was the worst part.
This is fucking bullshit.
I
They,
really
they spend the
fucking
whole movie getting me attached to this fucking crew. They fucking overcome adversity. They don't drown, and then they just get bombed. It's
I
just like
really
they rolled a fucking critical fail.
I really hate the ending of this movie. It's just like fuck you, they all die. The end. It feels like the end to Platinum End. Do you know anything about Platinum End, Riley?
Isn't that an anime?
It was a really shitty one by the same guy that made Death Note, and that's the
Okay,
only.
I knew it was by somebody who had made something I liked. I didn't remember if it was Full Metal Alchemist or Death Note, but okay, it was Death Note.
And it really fucking sucks.
I'll be the judge of that. Although those creators do literally incorrectly interpret their own fucking characters, so maybe they're just stupid now.
Wait, what do you mean they incorrectly interpret their own characters?
I don't know what fucking went on in their heads between interviews, but they gave these interviews about the characters, and a lot of the shit I disagree with, like personally, but that's bolstered by the fact that there are at least a couple claims they made that are verifiably and factually false.
Like what?
Like they claim that when L says like a percentage, it's actually the reverse. So like when L says like it's a 5% chance that Light is Kira, he's saying really it's a 95% chance. And that it's a 5% chance he isn't. But that is not the case. Because we hear him as he gets more sure increase the percentage. Like he says like I'm 85% sure that those messages were from a second Kira. So it
Which
doesn't
would
check
mean
out. Because he was sure of that. So this thing they said about his percentages is not true.
maybe they were just talking about the manga.
And it was mostly just L. Like what they said about Light, I agree with. Like they said that Light would never have killed his father or his sister, even to save his plan, and I think that's true. A lot of people disagree with me on that, but I think that's true,
Well,
and so do
here's
the creators. But
well here's
then the way they
is that
interpreted
the same
L,
is
I'm
that the
sorry.
same interview where they also say that like Light actually wasn't L's friend?
Yes, which I don't think is true at all. I think they
Yeah,
were friends.
I didn't think that was true at all. Oh, wait, I didn't think that was true either. That kind of got me a little bit angry when I read that, but we're not talking about Death Note. How do we always wind up talking about fucking Death Note?
Because Death Note and Breaking Bad are the two best things ever made. So if you're not talking about one of those two, what are you even doing with your life? Anyway, we have 2 minutes and we have to say the next movie in the outro. That counts. So you have any
No,
final
no, no,
thoughts?
no, 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 no. That does not count.
This is it. Okay, well you have 1 minute and then we'll do the outro. Fine. You can have your full time. You have 1 minute. Go.
Everyone seems like a very, very traumatized person by the end of this movie. Everyone seems very worn down, and I really fucking hate the ending of this movie. It
Yeah, to
just,
see them overcome diversity like that and then just get fucked over, it really was like a middle finger.
especially after 3 fucking hours of this.
Yeah, that that was the part that made me the most angry.
But Riley, what was your rating out of 10 of this movie?
Oh shit, we're supposed to do that. Well, we have to do favorite character and favorite scene first. And I guess my favorite character is the captain. But we're gonna go over time. I was a little bit ambitious, but we're gonna start wrapping it up at least.
Hold on, I have
Yeah.
to. Oh, hold on. There's also something I have to plug at the end of this.
Oh shit, really?
It's the thing.
What
You know,
thing?
the thing that I made for this.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, my favorite character is the captain. He he was a good man. He just wanted his soldiers to make it out,
He was
and
a good
he
man,
he, he did his
also a
best by them.
Nazi.
Listen, he was a good man within the context of the story. That does not necessarily expand outside of the context of the story.
Riley thinks Nazis are good people.
I knew it. How do you even talk about sympathizing with the characters in this film? You fucking can't because they're Nazis, and then Ida will be like, "Why do you support the Nazis, Riley?" I can't win. I love the
uh,
captain. I love everything about his political views that he represents. It's true.
the bad clip.
Who's your favorite character, Ida?
My favorite character was the lieutenant.
He was
I
a
really,
pussy.
yeah, that's why I liked him.
Fair enough.
Very susceptible to things, but
Oh, we forgot about the characters we want to fuck segment that we're supposed to
oh
do. Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
yours?
Which Nazi do you want to fuck, Riley?
Well, there were no women in the movie except for that one French bitch, so I guess her.
The 14-year-old?
Was she for? No, not the person from the picture, the stripper from the party at the beginning.
Riley is a Nazi and a pedophile. Write it
The,
down,
the,
folks.
the stripper from the party at the beginning. She was old.
All right, Nazi pedophile Riley. I'm gonna go with
Uh-huh.
with me. I'm definitely gonna go for the second in command. You know the guy.
The lieutenant or the
No,
chief?
not the chief.
Wait, I thought you said it was the lieutenant. Fucking make up your mind.
The lieutenant was my favorite character.
Okay, then what are we talking about the chief for?
That's the guy I want to fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, understandable. All right, what
Uh,
was your favorite scene in this film?
I gotta say, it was probably the scene where they dive down and it's the scene where they dive down too far and they hit the bottom of the ocean.
That's a really good one. I'll go a more positive route, and I'll say the scene where they're celebrating. Like it's like it's really fucking satisfying after like the tension that's been going on for the past like 2 hours of the film. It's very satisfying for them to be like celebrating and jolly and drinking up, and then it's ruined by the final scene. But the final scene is a different scene, so I don't have to talk about that. My favorite scene is the celebration
And
near the end.
Riley, what is your rating out of 10 of this movie?
All right, so I've been thinking about it, okay? When I walked into this podcast, the rating I intended to give it was like it was not even that low, mind you. It was not like crazy low. The rating I intended to give it walking in was 5 out of 10. I felt very middling on the film. I felt like it was exactly middle of the road in terms of quality, and I was going to try to not hold my lack of ability to pay attention to it against it. But of course I did subconsciously. And as we've discussed the film, I actually do think that you've pointed some things out that made me appreciate it more. It was still torturous to get through, and that has to lose it like a point. So I think my final rating for this film is a 7 out of 10. Print it,
A s-
folks. That's it.
a 7 out of 10. I'm I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. And you know what? I thought this movie was too long and I really hated the ending. However, it's also a very, very, very good movie. And I think the opposite kind of happened to me while you were on this podcast, where you kind of drug my rating down. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Okay, so we kind of feel about equivalently on this movie. We kind of each other's thoughts kind of combined into a nice middle ground. I pointed out the flaws, you pointed out the actual interesting shit, and we both came away with like a somewhat positive but not quite over positive rating of the film.
Yeah.
A happy ending. Good job, everybody. We did it.
And Riley, what is the next thing we're watching?
So I thought about it, and I thought about torturing you. I almost like started researching, trying to find a movie to torture you, and change my pick last minute. But I've been looking forward to watching this movie forever, and I picked it for me. I picked it for me because I want to watch this movie and I want to talk about it on a podcast.
Get it from
You probably aren't even gonna like it, but it's not gonna be torturous because it's fucking an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's in the English language.
Hold on, Riley. Riley, you did it for you? You were good
I
at it?
did it for me. I did it because I liked it. Yes. The film we are watching next week. Hold on, I want to get the title right. 1 second. I don't want to misquote what the fucking title is, so I want to make sure I remember it correct. All right, folks. The next film we are watching on this show, on episode probably 4, because of El Camino, but maybe 3 if we fuck up the El Camino review again. We'll be watching Pokemon The Arceus Chronicles, baby. Just came out on Netflix at the end of last month. It's brand new, the newest film
No,
in the Pokemon
no,
franchise.
no,
We're watching it. Pokemon The
no.
Arceus Chronicles.
This is my retribution.
It's not your
No,
retribution. Do you hate it that much? I know
I
you
hate
weren't that into it
Pokemon.
anymore, but I figured you'd
I,
be at least okay.
I hate Pokemon.
You fucking. No, you don't.
What do you mean?
We
No, I
met because
don't.
of a mutual love for Pokemon. You can't just like completely sour on it like that. It's not true. There still has to be a fan in you inside somewhere in your heart of hearts.
No,
King Lilligant is still there. If you look deep.
King Lilligant was slain by Edict. All right.
No, now we have to cut that out of the podcast.
Oh shit! God damn it! God damn it!
Don't worry, I'll make sure. I'll make sure. It's fine. It's okay. We'll get through this, Ida. Is it about making sure I get that name cut out?
I know you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, of course, of course, of
But
course.
but no, it's not about that.
Okay, well, I guess I had to go see Ida after class. I'm being called to the principal's office.
You heard
But
a naughty boy, Riley.
yep, yep. So yeah, Pokemon the Arceus Chronicles. Next time on this fucking show, we're gonna have a great time. I bet Ida's gonna like the movie. She's gonna be a big fan. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself again. This is literally going to be what happened with Dragon Ball Super Superhero when I got Insight on.
I like the scene where the fat guy shows up on the submarine.
Yep, the
Yeah,
fat guy on the submarine. It's not even that. I think you'll remember the film at least, but the fact that I brought Insight on knowing that she hated Dragon Ball, and then it pissed me off because I couldn't like articulate my thoughts about how much I love Dragon Ball and by extension that movie
that was the
because
best.
she was bullshit. And the same thing's
That,
gonna happen here. I'm gonna want to talk about how much I love the Pokemon in this Pokemon movie, and you're gonna be talking shit, and it's gonna stop me
like
from saying the shit I want to say.
the entire time that you did this movie.
Yes, actually, pretty much.
But yeah,
Hey, Ida, listen. I conduct my shows how I conduct my shows, okay? So if you're so attached to this precious little format of yours where we actually go scene by scene, you better have that notepad out while you're watching this Pokemon movie, you motherfucker, because I surely will not.
I will, and I'm gonna dissect why I hate every single frame.
Great, great. But all right, gamers, I think that's about it for I almost said
More
the
like
Riley and Ida movie
mom.
review podcast. It's the Issue Crew movie reviews. Ida, where can they find you? Or I guess what do you want to plug? Because it's not
I want to
you, but it's a
plug.
thing you want to
I
plug.
want to plug. Currently, I am working on an HTML file that reviews all of our movies and neatly lists them in different tier lists. On the homepage, you can see all of Riley and mine movie reviews together in order. But if you click on either of our names, you'll actually be able to see our individual reviews of each movie.
It's pretty interesting. Ida's smart. She makes the computers go.
I'm, uh, I'm a computer. Da 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 da.
I'm
I'm a
a
computer.
computer.
Da 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 da. Riley, plug your shit. Da, 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 da.
Okay. Well, if you want to see that HTML file, hopefully I'll probably link it in the description. But in case I'm stupid and I don't do that, it is also available on our community Discord. Which also, fuck! That's what I was forgetting. This will be the first Issue Crew production with the Discord linked in the description. No, it won't. No, it won't. Because Issue Crew episode 5 is going to come out before this. But just know, if that's not out yet, and I've been forgetting up until this point. Fuck. But yeah, Discord in the description for sure. And I'm going to also remember, hopefully, to post the HTML. Or a link. I don't even know how I could post the HTML in the fucking
Or
description.
just post like a download to the file, you know?
I just have to like put it on Google Drive or
Or
something.
you could get a NeoCity thing and then put that up there.
I'm not gonna fucking make an entire NeoCities website unless you want to do it. I'm not
Oh,
doing it.
I mean, literally all you'd have to do is copy and paste the HTML.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
I don't want
Um,
my I don't want somebody to look me up and find that, all right?
if it's already too late.
What do you mean
You're trying to do this thing where you like protect your future job prospects from this show. It's too late. They'll find you.
what do you mean
They'll
it's too
find this.
how will they find this?
They just know. They have some like magical power.
They don't.
It's gonna be like fucking L in Death Note. He's gonna like go all the way down the rabbit hole and he's gonna find like our ancient links back when you were stupid and your last name was public. And from there extrapolate your current
Well, hold on. I
participation
had
in
a
my
different
content.
name. I had a different name back then. I can just say that was my brother.
Oh, true. Except we just revealed that plan live on the show.
I think this like last 5 minutes should be cut.
No. We're keeping this all. Thank you all for listening, gamers. Yeah, check out the HTML and check me out at anchor.fm/Riley Megafeed. It's the Riley Podcast Megafeed. There's some cool shit on there. I don't really post shit there anymore, but there's years and years of back podcasts for your listening pleasure. And the links in the description of the feed is everything else that I do. So it's also like my central hub. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Why make a link tree? You know, they keep telling me to like a link tree, but I have a snappy little link. All you gotta do is type in anchor.fm/Riely Mega feed. It's effectively a link tree, but it's also a bunch of podcasts that you might want to check out. So it's smart. It's like double marketing.
But that's not being used anymore.
Yeah, but there's still years of back podcasts, and if those get more views, I'll be like, oh, Pog, people are listening to my podcast. So yeah, that's why. Anchor.fm/Riely Mega feed forever. It will never die. Even if I'm not posting podcasts to it anymore, it won't die. Because it'll be like my little website. And with that, folks, Ida's really gonna slurp right into her mic. Just a real nice sound, just a real crisp sound to end it on. See you next week for fucking Pokemon, guys. Bye.